Livi's always a master at everything he does. This is live fire cooking at its finest when you go to baking live fire.
No, you do.
So we're at Chef Marcos Livi's amazing place here, and he is at his lake gonna show us how to make a traditional empanada. This is a typical Argentinian empanada, and Chef's gonna start by making the dough, which is simple ingredients: lard, flour, water, and salt. The first step is gonna be to warm some fat and water together. Chef right now is just taking some of the pork fat and the water and he's warming it, which the gauchos would have done back in the day, but I think Chef does it better. One of the things that's so cool about here and what Chef and his team do, everything's cooked over fire. Chef's gonna start by making the filling by adding 100 grams of lard to the bowl, then 50 grams of minced onion, then 25 grams of garlic, and 500 grams of ground beef, and black pepper and cumin to taste. He just seasoned with some salt, 10 grams of salt. So sometimes cooking's about improvisation, and Chef here is just taking a little bit of the butter paprika base that he's been using on the lamb, and he's adding that to the empanada filling. So just to recap on what Chef's doing is he has sauteed a little bit of onion and garlic, browned the beef, seasoned to taste with some salt and some cumin. He had in a pot for a whole nother dish some butter and some paprika. He put a little bit of that in the pot just to bring in some moisture as this beef cooks for the empanada filling. The chef warmed the lard with the water on the fire, and now he's gonna continue to make his empanada dough. Now Chef is gonna add the flour to the bowl. Chef's making a well. So some people like to add the salt to the flour, but Chef likes to add the salt to the water and the lard. So now he's gonna add the water, lard, and salt to the flour. Now he's incorporating the water, salt, and lard to the flour a little bit at a time. Next, incorporating the water, flour, and salt to the flour by hand. This is not gonna rise at all. So unlike a pizza dough, there's gonna be no rising action. It's gonna be a flat dough. So now the chef has kneaded the dough and he's just gonna let it rest. So the chef browned the meat with the onions, the garlic, cumin, the salt, the pepper. Now he's gonna add the rest of the ingredients to make the empanada filling. The chef is gonna add 1 cut up cooked potato. The chef is adding a little bit of salt, pepper, and olive oil. Some sliced green onions, chopped parsley, and then a chopped whole hard-boiled egg. And the last ingredient is chopped raisins. Last step for the filling is to mix all the ingredients and season to taste with salt, pepper, and a little drizzle of olive oil. And then get your dough ready to fill. So now the chef, after he's rolled the empanada dough, he's gonna cut the rings, put the filling in, and make the empanadas.
No, you do.
I got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you just gotta push down with that thing.
You let that dough rest a little bit longer and then we can roll it out and we can make more empanadas. The empanada dough was rolled out, it was cut into circles, and now the chef is doing a light dusting of flour. To fill your empanadas, there's two methods that we can do. We can put the empanada filling in the center, or we can put it to the side. We're gonna fold it over where I believe the next step will be to crimp the dough. Empanada filling was done, dough was done. Now we're putting the filling on top of the dough. We'll fold it over and make the empanadas. Final step for making these empanadas is to put water around the edges of the empanada dough and fold it over and press to make a tight seal. Livi's always a master at everything he does, and not only just crimping one way, but crimping three ways. He used a fork, which I'm very familiar with. He used the handle side of a spoon, which I've never seen before because he just invented. And then a traditional way that they do down here in Brazil is he used a knife to press for the seal on the empanadas. So one of the traditional ways to seal an empanada is to fold it by hand, but Chef Marcos does not like it that way because it gets too thick here. He wants the dough to be the same thickness all the way around. It's going over here. This is live fire cooking at its finest when you go to baking live fire. Just to there or pan? We're in an amazing environment where everything's cooked outdoors, live fire. If we were at home, you would take this and you'd put it in your oven, but not with Marcos. Marcos is always taking things to a whole nother planet, a whole nother level. So there you go, makeshift oven by the lake in Brazil. Yeah. I don't know about you, but this is the coolest stuff so far. And then you have it fresh from the fire, Marcos Livi's take on an Argentinian empanada. It's crispy hard. It's got onion, garlic, ground beef, delicious filling, potatoes. Let's take a bite and see what we think. So much flavor. I'm getting the smoke and the char from the fire. It's crispy hard, great texture, creamy potatoes, well-seasoned ground beef. Really, really delicious.